Our next beer for the evening, Zombie Dust.
Nice. Zombie Dust Undead Pale Ale. What does Undead Pale Ale taste like?
I don't know.
Is it still alive or is it dead? Or is it just back from the dead?
This one's done from the Floyds Brewing Co.
I don't think we've had anything from them before.
No, I know my Pink Floyd, but I don't know my 3 Floyds. So there's one for you. And one for me. That's a cool box, though.
Yeah, and that's a cool can.
I might save a side of this just for myself. Because that's cool. That's freaking comic book art right there.
Yeah, right. It's not normal.
It's not normal. Well, it actually says that.
There's a lot to it.
Brewed and canned by 3 Floyds Brewing LLC, Munster, Indiana. Indiana. This intensely hopped and gushing undead pale ale will be one's only respite after the zombie apocalypse. Created with our marvelous friends in the comic industry, art by Tim Seeley. So there's a comic feel to it.
Okay, awesome.
Tim Seeley. Where have I seen that name before?
Ooh.
That name sounds familiar. I think...
Probably comic book horror.
I've been reading a lot of comic books lately, so I'm wondering if I've seen that name somewhere before.
But 3 Floyds has a website called 3floyds.com. If you want to check out their website.
I would.
Why not?
And is there a percentage? Oh, I don't see
I didn't
one.
see that at all. I don't know if there's one on the can or not.
But the
I'll have to do some research
ABV
on
this.
one of the websites and see what the alcohol is.
Yep.
And post it up there somewhere.
Yep. So let's crack it open and see what zombie dust smells like.
Let's do that. Let me grab my glass.
Another foamy one.
Oh yeah. Well, I just shut the can of mine.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a pale ale.
That's got an IPA. That's hoppy.
Well, you know what they say, pale ales and IPAs aren't much different, so. Even though I like my pale ales a little bit better than I like my IPAs. But yeah, it's definitely a little hoppy for sure.
Zombie Dust.
I wish I could get my whole can in there, but mine's all nice and foamy right now. The beer is nice and clear. Oh wow, yeah, that pale ale is nice and clear. Me and foamy beer, I don't know what's up with that, but.
Got some nice carbonation going on.
Yeah.
See through the glass. That's awesome.
It does have that hoppy, piney,
It's very hoppy.
smell.
It's very hoppy.
And that piney smells, I don't care for that. But this is zombie dust, so who knows what the heck zombie dust tastes like?
I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know either. There's only one way to find out. I just hope we don't turn into zombies. Please do not be Please do not be our end of our life and to becoming zombies. I don't know.
Well, if it is, you know,
we're gonna be the start of the zombie apocalypse.
doing
Yes.
Point Rock review with you has been fun.
Yes.
So
Only one way to find out, right?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I actually got through that phone pretty good.
You know what'd be very good with this?
Zombie dust?
Brains. Now, it's a very hoppy beer. It really is a hoppy beer. It definitely has that about it.
It's you say hoppy, and I understand that. I noticed that. But it's not the hoppiness in an IPA. This tastes more like a pale ale, like it's supposed to.
I don't know. I disagree with that. I'm definitely tasting what tastes like Centennial hops.
Yeah,
That's thick and heavy in this, and there might be a little bit of that other hop in here that I find a lot with Stone Stone hops like using it as well, only they don't use as much of it, and this is Stone does.
Honestly, this is quite, I don't know, I find it, drinking this, I find it not to be as harsh.
Okay.
I'm not already like drinking it and wanting to puke.
Cascade hops, sorry.
Off the,
right. It's not that it's not strong.
It's not heavy, like it's not that strong. It's got a smoothness to it. Sometimes I'll drink an IPA and it's so heavy in taste and everything else that I honestly want to just get sick from it. Like right away, it's like I can't stomach that. And that's not. And this is definitely not that. I don't even know if I want to put that in the video, but you know. So you would say what, Cascade?
Yeah, I would cut Cascade and Centennial hops is what I'm getting most out of this. They don't say on the can or the box even what that is or what hops they use, but I mean, I get that strong kind of citrusy taste from it, so that makes me think kind of like the Centennial hops.
Yeah, yeah.
And on top of that, you have that that dry kind of like a dry flowery kind of taste.
Yes, yes.
That makes me think of Cascade hops. So I'm guessing those are very prevalent in there. It's not as out there as Stone. I'm going to be mentioning Stone Brewing Company because they love doing those double IPAs. Yeah. And it's like they will just flood the friggin' tank with all those hops.
Oh, yeah.
And I think when it comes to those kind of hops, a little dab will do you.
Yeah.
This is a bit much. So, I mean, I'm guessing with the pale ales, I'm sure pale ale also uses Centennial as well. But I don't think they use as much as something like this would do. But like I'm talking like your Rolling Rock, that's a pale ale, and they use Centennial.
Yeah, this is definitely a lot hoppier than something.
This is definitely up there. So there's more than just one hop at work in this glass. But it's not too much.
Zombie dust.
It's. I would definitely think more an IPA with this than just a regular pale ale, which is probably why it's called the Undead Pale Ale.
Yes. It is a little hoppier than a regular pale ale, that's for sure. So that's what undead, their zombies taste like. Or zombie dust tastes like. Is that like human dust, but instead it's just zombie dust? Yeah, zombie flakes.
Zombie flakes.
Zombie March.
Guar fan over here. Yeah, hang a couple zombies from the rafters in your garage, let them dry out, sweep up that dust, put it in a vat, and make beer out of it, and you got your zombie dust.
You get your zombie dust.
That's gross. Shut up, you still got time.
You're not gonna die hanging by your throat, we need to kill your brains. Brains.
What is it? Go out, talk to Mom, kill Jeff, sorry Jeff. Get Sheila, go to the bar, have a beer, and drink until this whole thing blows over.
Yeah,
something like that. I forgot what the hell that was.
Like that. And that is
Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead. Yes.
Shaun of the Dead. Oh, trust me, if you turn into a zombie, I would definitely put a controller in your hands and play video games with you. It definitely would.
Pay attention what you're doing.
Who's the imposter in Among Us? Alright, my review for Zombie Dust. I'm not a big fan of IPAs. This one's quite golden colored, and it's not as thick as I was expecting. When I saw Undead Pale Ale, I kind of was thinking something along the lines of IPA, and I wasn't fully wrong. It's definitely got that to it. It is the weaker end of IPAs. I will say that. I've never had a beer from Three Floyds before. So this is altogether new to me, but man, you got Tim, what's his name? Tim Seeley that did the artwork on not only the cans but on the box, and it's like that artwork is freaking cool. I would have never looked at that and said, oh, that's a beer. But I'm glad that I can say that and say, yeah, that's a beer. So that's freaking cool. The taste isn't the greatest, but I'm not an IPA fan either. But when you get, the thing I usually say about certain beers is if you're going to have artwork like that, at least have a story behind it and whatnot, and you don't have much of a story. I'm sorry to say. I mean, I read the can. I get it. Respite after the zombie apocalypse and all that, but it's like, there's not really a full-blown story here. But you got artwork, which is awesome. The beer, not wonderful, but drinkable. I would be comfortable in saying 3.5 on this one myself.
Well, okay, so my review of the Zombie Dust Undead Pale Ale. It was a nice clear beer. I'll give you credit on that. It did have like an IPA taste. Not much of a pale ale taste, which was kind of, in a way, I would say disappointing in a way. Maybe that's why you guys called it undead, like Brian was saying. But it wasn't like extremely hoppy and everything else. It was actually quite smooth. The artwork on the cans, the box, awesome. Definitely a helper of to sell this beer. It definitely helped. And it's a cool beer to probably have it out during this time of the year of October and Halloween and everything else. It's a good beer. I wouldn't say it's a top for a pale ale. And honestly, I have to give this one a 3.
So there you have it. That's 2 beers, 2 reviews,
and 2 more reasons to reap what you sow and sweep up your zombie dust. Until next time, guys. Until next time, guys. Any of you local viewers that watch our channel, go check out Anacostia and check out their huge selection of beers. If you want something different than the norm, I would go there. So if you're ever in Rome, New York, go check out Anacostia. And tell them Point Rock Review sent you.